everyone, myself Anurag Jha. Today I will discuss about 8D, 8 disciplines of problem solving. First of all, please subscribe my channel. Quality is everything is my channel name, and please watch and share my video. Today my session is basically based on 8D. Today I will discuss about what is 8D, history of 8D, and also discuss about how to resolve the problem with the help of 8D. So first of all, I will discuss about 8D. 8D is a discipline approach for product and process improvement. We can also say that 8D is a team-oriented approach to solving critical problems in production process. So let's start what is 8D. So let's start 8D, 8 discipline of problem solving. First time 8D is implemented by Ford Automotive Car Manufacturing Company, and that's why that is also called Ford 8D, Global 8D, and also sometimes is called the Team Oriented Problem Solving, TOPS. So three different name of this 8 discipline of problem solving. So 8D is the method of finding the solution of any problems. If you follow the 8D step, you have to resolve the problems. So now discuss about today the different step and what is the step of 8 discipline of problem solving. So let's start the step of 8D. That is very important. So first step that is very important, D1, that is called create the team. Create the team. D2 step, describe the problem. Describe the problem. D3, that is called interim. Containment. Action, that is also sometimes called temporary action. Correction. D4, that is the identify the root cause. Identify the root cause. D5, define the developing permanent corrective action. D6, that is very important, define the implementing permanent corrective action. D7, define the preventive measure. Preventive measure. And last not a least, that is very important, that is called the congratulation of the team. But now one that is very important, during the all 8 steps, before you have doing the any work, first that is very important, that is called the D0, that is called the planning. Prepare and plan for the prepare and plan for the 80. That is called the planning. That is very important. That is called the planning. So now I will discuss about the all different step. What is the requirement of all the step? That is very important. So first D0, that is called prepare and plan for the day. First of all, you have to get any problems from like customer complaint, like some service sectors, like some warranty rejection, for internal rejection, internal scrap. You have to analysis anything in house, in your organization, yeah, outside from the organization, the customer end. So first of all, very important to you have to prepare, you have to planning for what will to done, what will to do for your product, your project. So second, that first D1, that is very important. Create the team, that is very important. You have to make some CFT team, that is called the cross-functional team. That is called the cross-functional team, cross-functional team. CFT. Basically, in CFT team, two different categories of CFT team. That is very important. CFT team. In CFT team, two categories, two main members. First is a leader. Second is a sponsor. Leader may be your managers, your engineers, yeah, your top levels, but sponsor, sorry, your managers may be your engineer, but sponsor may be your top management. So you have to make some, create the team, means create the cross-functional team. You know that, you always remember that if you're making any teams, you need to, any all members know about the product and process. That is very important. So first of all, you have to create the team, cross-functional team. Then after you have to describe the problem. But how you have to describe the problems? Two types of problem. One is the data-based. One is you have no data. Just you have to know about the problems. So at this situation, how to describe the problem? On the base of 5W, 2H, you have to find the problems. 5W2S define the 5W2S. 5W2S means who, what, when, where, and why. And 2S means how and how much. And how much. That is very important. So when we have to ask your team members who, what, when, where, why, and how much, finally you have to find the problems. After finding the problems, take some interim containment action. That is called correction. That is called temporary action. Temporary action. That is called temporary action. Temporary action means, for example, some rejection part is outflow to the customer end. Customer you have to call for regarding problems. Suddenly you have to resolve the problem before finding the root cause, before finding the permanent solution of the problem. You have to segregate the product at the customer end. You have also segregated the product in-house your company. That is your correction process. Means before finding the permanent solution, you have to take some temporary action. That is called interim containment action, temporary action. For that is very important, identify the root cause. That is very important. If the problem is generated, first of all you have to know about the where the problem is generated. What is the root cause of the problem? On the base of YY analysis, on the base of YY analysis, fishbone diagram, and other also analysis tools we have to use for finding the root cause. After the finding the root cause, you have to developing permanent corrective action. That is very important. Developing permanent corrective action. You have to, after finding the YY analysis, you have to permanent corrective action. You know that the main reason of the problem is maybe man, machine, material, method, and mother nature and measurement. So it is the methods. So anyway, the problem will be created. Maybe the problem will be created on machining process. Maybe the problem created by the process. Maybe by the men, by the operators. Maybe the materials. So after finding the root cause, you have to take permanent corrective action. Developing permanent corrective action, that is very important, means solution of the problem, that is called the solution of the problem. Solution, solution of the problem. And six, that is very important, implementing permanent corrective action. Before applying the permanent corrective action, you have to validate the permanent corrective action. After validate the permanent corrective action, then you have to implement corrective action. You know about some, take some knowledge about your internal customers, your customer. If you any type you have to changing the process, it will be to maybe major defect, again major defect will be generated. You have to validate the permanent corrective action. After validate the permanent corrective action, you have to implement permanent corrective action. That is very important. Seven, that is very important, prevent measures. That is very important. After implementing permanent corrective action, problem again may be generated. So for curing the problems, curing the permanent corrective action, you have to take some changing in your FMEA, changing in your FMEA failure mode effect analysis, in your control plan, in control plan, in your you have to implement WI work instruction, OPM, management review, management review for preventive measures. If you follow these rules, that your problem will be never again. And you also implement it. If the same problem is created, if the, for example, if the problem is created one machining and same machining process in other section, you have to applying the same permanent corrective action. So problem will be never be created. So this horizontal deployment of the permanent corrective action, that is very important. That is the role in the preventive measures. And finally, the congratulation on the team. Congratulations of team. If you finally you have to take the output result, it's good output result. You have to congratulation the team. That is the as a managerial skill. That is just you have to boost up your team. You have to moral, increase the moral of the team. That is very important. And no, that is last. That is very important. If you finally you have to all of the things you have to follow, but finally you have to find the zero output, again you have to follow this rule, because AD depends on PDCA cycle, plan do check act, PDCA cycle. That is very important. So I think this video is very important, and you know that the AD's problem solving process is typically required when safety or regulatory issues has been generated, customer complaint have been indicated, warranty concern have identified, internal rejection, wastage, scrap, poor performance of test failure. So there we have to use the AD discipline of problem solving. I think this video is very helpful for you. If like my video, please subscribe, share my video, and thank you and good luck.